This week, I want to talk about the Nimbus 2000.
Ooh, the Nimbus 2000. I know this reference.
Yes? Well, what is it?
Yes, the Nimbus 2000 is the best broom that you could get at the time, right? And I think
Exactly.
it's the one that everyone wants. And then, spoilers, I guess, a little bit. Who cares? Harry ends up getting gifted this broom. Is that correct?
Yes, very good. You have a good memory for this one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a very high-end broomstick from the Nimbus Racing Broom Company. And it was Harry's first broom given to him by Professor McGonagall. So he could play Seeker on the Quidditch team.
A little bit of favoritism there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a little ambiguous if it's particularly a gift from her or if it's just like she kind of enabled him to get it because she's a little bit of a very competitive sports fan, under the radar, competitive with Quidditch. So, that's why she kind of lets Harry get away with, flying when the teacher's out of the room because she's like, wow, you're a good flyer. You need to be on our Quidditch team. And, oh, by the way, here's the fastest broom available right now for you.
Yeah. Here's a pro broom. Here you go, buddy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny, the timing of these books. He is given this broom in 1991.
Oh, Al, you just made me feel so old.
Right? They're older than me, these characters, if you go by their actual little age.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. So it was the fastest model, the 2000 model in 1991.
Because, of course, in the 90s, we were all looking forward to the year 2000. So maybe that's why it was named the 2000. The broom of the future.
Right. Well, the next one was the Nimbus 2001.
Oh, well.
Which came out like the next year, I think. But yeah. It sounds very flashy. Well, anyway, Nimbus is actually a kind of cloud. That kind of puffy, dark cloud before it rains.
Yes, I remember that from science class. Cumulonimbus.
Yes, exactly. So it's kind of appropriate for the broom to be named after, the clouds. It's an object that could convey wizards up into the clouds, so to speak.
Was the Nimbus, it was also a dark-colored broom, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't remember. It's a wooden broom. I don't know if it was particularly a dark wood.
I feel like in the movies it had a dark stain to it or something.
Could have been.
I'm just making that up because it goes with the word.
Well, it would be very appropriate if it were dark color. Yeah. Yes, definitely. That would be another level there, right?
Whoa, at an even another level, if it's a dark cloud and it's a cloud before rain or storms and Harry uses it and he has a lightning bolt on his forehead.
Oh! Whoa. Yeah! Somebody's making connections today.
Yes, Erik's brain is working today.
Nice. That is very appropriate.
Yeah.
Makes it perfect that it's Harry's broom. Well, speaking of fast, another reference for Nimbus is there was a racehorse named Nimbus who won the Epsom Derby in 1949.
Oh my goodness.
So that could be, an allusion to speed and, it's also a conveyance that you ride, like you ride a horse.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Kind of works there.
I like it.
Oh, good. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Erik approves.
Yes.
And the third kind of meaning of Nimbus is a religious meaning and also a kind of an artistic meaning. Whenever you see a religious or a holy person in artwork and they have some sort of halo or symbology associated with halo symbology about them, a glow or an actual ring or something like that, that's a nimbus.
Oh, interesting.
So do you think that relates to Harry? Is he a saintly figure in the wizarding world?
Well, I mean, he's definitely kind of looked up to as a savior type kind of character. He's going to save the wizarding world from the dark, evil, he who shall not be named.
Right.
So he's riding on the Nimbus.
So that's kind of his symbol of sainthood almost, of being a holy person or a spiritual person or an idol.
Well, and he's also what's the name of his position when playing Quidditch?
He's the seeker.
He's the seeker, and the seeker, if you get the snitch, it's basically game over, right?
Yeah, basically.
So he's also kind of the one of the more important, or maybe the most important, on the Quidditch pitch. What's the name of? Is it a field? Is it a pitch?
Good question. I think it's a pitch.
A pitch? Sure.
Might be a field. But yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That makes it very appropriate. Yeah. Basically, his job is to end the game and win, and he almost always determines whether they win or not. He has the final say in the outcome of the game. The outcome of life.
So there's multiple meanings to the word Nimbus. That's cool.
Multiple meanings in that one word. Yeah.
So did you find in your research any other interesting things about the other half? 2000?
2000. I think it's just a cool number, right?
Yeah. It's got a good ring to it.
It does. It does.
Yeah. As we said in one future or one past episode, sometimes it just got to sound cool.
Right? Yeah. I'm looking at you, Brian. No.
Yep, Brian. That's right. And if you don't get that reference, listen to our previous episode on Professor Dumbledore.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yes.
Cool. Well, that's Nimbus 2000. So aptly named a broom, well-named a broomstick.
Yes, very cool. Our second object that we've talked about here on Potternims.
Well, there are many more objects to talk about, and many more people and spells and places and things and all the kinds of Wizarding World words. So if you want to hear more, keep listening, subscribe, rate and review us. You can catch up with us online on Facebook or Twitter at Potternims. We also have a Patreon page if you'd like to support us and get a little bonus content. That's patreon.com/Potternims.
And the best way that you can support us is just sharing this with all of your other Harry Potter friends.
Yeah.
Well, until next week, my name is Erik.
And I'm Al.
And this has been Potternims.